Welcome to this Salesmatrix SWOT DIY series. In this video, we are going to show you how to connect Salesmatrix SWOT to your in-house accounting system. We will use either ODBC or a direct database connection. In the past, setting up Salesmatrix SWOT was something that required IT professionals to complete. This DIY guide will take you through 5 simple steps. Please follow each of these steps carefully and in sequence, and be sure not to miss out any of them. For the first step, you will need to create a Salesmatrix SWOT account. This can be done online by going to the company registration form on swot.solutions. The URL for this is swot.solutions/swotregistration.aspx. Fill in your company details. Scroll down and choose ODBC as the accounting system. Once all the fields are filled in, a Save Registration button will appear. Click on this. A confirmation code is sent to the email address you have entered into the registration details form. You will need this registration code to proceed past the next screen. When you key in the code from the email and click the Submit Code button, the setup process will proceed. An email will be sent with all the necessary registration details. The email will look similar to this example. Be sure to keep this email for future reference. Now you're ready for step 2, installing the SWOT upload utility. For the data to be sent to SWOT from your in-house accounting system, you must install the Salesmatrix Data Transfer utility on the server that has access to the data from your accounting system 24/7. This software can be downloaded from this link. Next, run the installation software using administrator rights and install to the default places suggested. In the installation directory, there is a file called default.xml. This file is key to the operation of the upload and contains the details of your data connection. There are also several example XML files installed in this directory. The default.xml file can be altered using a text editor like Notepad or Notepad++. The 3 lines that need to be changed are parameter 1, parameter 2, and parameter 3. Do not change the other lines unless advised to do so by the Salesmatrix support team. Parameter 1 is the company data access token that is in the email sent to the administrator. This is a 36-character string. Simply cut and paste the token text between the parameter 1 tags, like this. For parameter 2, there are 3 options: ODBC, ADO, Text DSN. If your data is ODBC accessible, then simply put ODBC between the parameter 2 tags. If you use Attaché BI or assure your data source is ADO, then put ADO between the parameter 2 tags. If you want to skip using ODBC and use direct connection to the database, for example SQL Server, then enter Text DSN and then enter the text connection string in parameter 3. Parameter 3 is dependent on the choice you made in parameter 2. If you chose ODBC, then enter the name of your 32-bit ODBC DSN, that is, data source name here. On the other hand, if you chose ADO, that is, ActiveX Data Objects, then enter the text connection string of your ADO data source here. However, if you chose Text DSN as your parameter 2 option, then enter the text of your connection string here. There is an example of a text DSN string in the file swot_dsnexample.xml. See the parameter 3 line. Depending on your data source, the complete default.xml file could look similar to this. Now let's move on to step 3, which is editing the rules of the data sent to SWOT. The scripts for the data to be uploaded to SWOT are edited online. The link to these selection statements is at swot.solutions/editscripts.aspx. Enter your company data access token at the top and load your script. If this is your first time installing Salesmatrix SWOT, this will be blank. If this is the case, you can choose a stored script from the list. If your software package appears in the list, choose that option. This will populate the selection entry areas with a basic script that will work with your software. Be sure to click Save before leaving the form. If your accounting software does not appear in the list, you will find more details in the Help section under the heading ODBC Selection Statement Formats. This gives clear direction of the format and structure of the data that is required to be generated for SWOT. Alternatively, at this stage, you may need assistance in customizing or writing a new script. If so, feel free to contact Salesmatrix for this support. Once the selection statements are saved, you are ready to test the upload. Step 4 is testing the upload. Having followed the instructions so far, you should have a default.xml in the installation directory along with an executable sm_prep.exe. sm_prep.exe can also be run with other datasets and scripts if you make the full path and file name of the XML file you wish to run a command line extension when starting sm_prep.exe, like the one shown on the screen. To test the upload, simply run the sm_prep.exe or click on the SWOT Updater icon in the Start menu. You should see a window open and then a series of steps complete in the top right-hand corner. If you see these steps appear to run correctly, you can now open up the SWOT app, log in using the name and password given in the registration email, and you should see your customers and products inserted into SWOT. If you see errors in the update process, there is a log file created in the current temporary directory, which details the steps run and documents any errors. The log file name is in the format shown on the screen. Now for the fifth and final step, automating the upload. We use Task Scheduler to automate the upload. Open Task Scheduler on the server where the SWOT Updater software is and create a basic task. Set the trigger to daily and a time that is outside of normal business hours. If you are not using the default.xml file, then add the full path and file name to the Add Arguments entry box. Make sure that the scheduled task is set to run whether the user is logged in or not. You will need to enter the user's password in order to save the scheduled task. Usually, once a day after close of business is sufficient for most situations. But if you want more up-to-date data, you can schedule the update more often by choosing a different option. Well, that's it for this DIY. Enjoy using Salesmatrix SWOT. If you have any questions, come to our support page at support.salesmatrix.com or leave a comment at the bottom of this video.